at the terminal part of the branches, leaves are, they used to develop, that is cluster of leaves like Guchapatra. So leaves develop from the tip of the branches, and the type of leaf is simple. As you already have seen the pictures, type of leaf is simple. Arrangement of the leaf is alternate. Arrangement of the leaf is alternate, and shape of the leaf, that lamina, obovate, that is opposite to egg shaped. Ovate, that is egg shaped. Obovate, that is opposite to egg shaped. So at the part of, that is at apex side, it is broadest. At the base, it is gradually tapering. So based on that character, they used to say obovate. Obovate, oblong, that is margins of the lamina is parallel. So based on that character, they used to say obovate, oblong, that is the shape of the lamina. And the apex is obtuse, that is what I have said, that is without any projections, without any elevations, that in the apex part, somewhat round. So based on that character, they used to say obtuse. It don't have any elevation or depressions, that there is no any projections, the apex part. So based on that character, they used to say apex is obtuse. And the size of the lamina is 30 to 60 centimeter in length, and the width is approximately 10 to 15 centimeter, 10 to 15 centimeter width. And some text they have given as even 15 to 30 centimeter width also. The petiole is 2 to 4 centimeter long, and the surface, the upper surface is glabrous, whereas the lower surface is pubescent. Okay, so next we'll move to the another slide. So in this slide, you can observe the inflorescence. So the inflorescence, what you are observing, there is a main peduncle is there. So on that peduncle, the flowers are attached with a small, the petiole, the small stalk will be present over that main peduncle. The inflorescence is arranged. So the characteristic feature of Anacardiaceae family is the panicle inflorescence. Panicle inflorescence is the characteristic feature of this Anacardiaceae family. So panicle means here, so there is a main peduncle, over that another branches, over that the flowers. Like I will show you another pictures, you can clearly, you can will come to know what is that, the panicle inflorescence. So in this picture, you can clearly observe the characteristic feature of panicle inflorescence. So what you are observing at the center, that is the main peduncle. Over that the branches are there. So over that the flowers they used to develop. So this is the characteristic feature of Anacardiaceae member. That is the panicle inflorescence is the characteristic feature of Anacardiaceae family. So here inflorescence may be the terminal at the end of the part, the terminal part of the branches, it may develop, and also sometimes you can say axillary. So both terminal as well as axillary panicle inflorescence. So here you can observe in this picture axillary, the panicle inflorescence. Renew, that is in the developing stage. There is in immature condition. Here you can observe there is one lower surface of the lamina, and also the inflorescence are there in this picture. So here you can observe the fruits of Ballataka. So here unripened fruits as well as the ripened fruits. When it becomes completely ripened, at that time, so it becomes black color fruits. So unripened fruits are green in color, the ripened fruits are black in color. So you can observe axillary fruits and the terminal part of the fruits. That's terminal inflorescence is going to continuous as the terminal part of the fruit, and axillary inflorescence they used to continuous as an axillary part of the fruit. So this is Ballataka. This is another drug which belongs to the same family. This I want to show about the false fruit and true fruit. So what you are observing, somewhat the orange colored the fruit. So that below part there is an this is actually Urutta arushkara they used to say, or Anacardium occidentale. What you are saying, Kajutaka or Badam, sorry, not Badam, Godambi, that is Anacardium occidentale is the botanical source of this plant. So what you are observing, that orange colored fleshy cup like structure, that we used to say thalamus or hypocarp. Hypocarp or thalamus, that is the false fruit. That totally, that is uh, uh, that fleshy part. What we are observing, that orange color, it is totally the whole, that is edible fruit, which is also having madhurasa. But what you are observing at the lower surface, there it is seated. So like this only, Ballataka fruits are also present. So I want to show that picture also here. So in this picture is not clear. So here there is a one orange colored fruit is there. So here you can observe. I want to show another picture. So this, in this picture also you can observe the hypocarp or the thalamus part, which contains the true fruit. Here you can observe the orange colored, that is the false fruit. What you are observing, that black color, that is the true fruit. This is the thalamus part or hypocarp. In that hypocarp, the true fruit is seated. So if you cut this orange color, so it is fleshy part. It will not contain any the seed or anything. So some Acharya says Ballataka they have given as a there is one synonym they have given, that is Prutak Bija. Like that they used to say, but usually seeds are covered by fleshy part. That seeds will be protected by a fleshy part. But here on this character only, in the olden period, in the Nigantu period, they may be called it as an Prutak Bija. But usually seeds are enclosed by a fleshy part. Okay, what by observing that black colored part, they used to say, for that only they used to say like Taila Bija, Danur Bija, by observing Prutak Bija. But botanically, when you cut that the orange colored part, so there is fleshy part which will not contain any seed. But that black part, that black fruit, when you cut, so inside that you will get the seed. That seed we used to call in Kannada Keru Bija. In Kannada we used to call it as Keru Bija. Okay. So this what we are observing, that orange colored part is the false fruit and black colored part is called the true fruit. So here in this part also you can observe the whole fruit, false fruit as well as true fruit is present. That orange colored fruit is the false fruit, whereas the black colored part which is situated on that thalamus part or hypocarp, that is the true part. True fruit. So please remember, while writing the morphology, you have to explain this one. Okay. So this is another picture of the true fruit and false fruit. So this is another picture of true fruit and false fruit. So here they have cutted the seed. The seeds are also present here and the fruit is also present here. So after completely drying, that false fruit becomes shrunken. So you can observe over the true fruit, there is a somewhat dried stalk-like structure is present. That is the remnant part of the dried part of the false fruit. So here you can observe clearly about the dried false fruit and true fruit. True fruit will be, the size will be maintained as same, whereas the false fruit, that is fleshy in nature, when it becomes dry, it's shrunken. Okay, so you can clearly observe in this figure. So this is the seeds of Ballataka. So these seeds are present within the Ballataka phala, that true fruit which contains these seeds. So in Kannada we used to say as Keru Bija. Okay, so the inflorescence is compound panicle inflorescence. Compound panicle inflorescence is a type of inflorescence. So this is the characteristic feature of Anacordaceae family. Okay, the characteristic feature of Verbenaceae family is, that is, the young shoots are having quadrangular stem. The characteristic feature of Verbenaceae family is young shoots are having quadrangular in nature, whereas the characteristic feature of Anacordaceae family, that is compound panicle inflorescence, is the characteristic feature of Anacordaceae family. Sometimes in the Viva they may ask such type of questions. The flowers are small. Flowers are small and they are greenish yellow in color. The flowers are small, greenish yellow and dioecious with long flower stalk. With long flower stalk will be present. Means the stalk of the flower will be more than its the size of the flower. And about the fruits, the type of fruit is drupe. Okay, so here the fruits are attached to the fleshy orange colored receptacle or the hypocarp or thalamus. The true fruit is attached to a fleshy orange colored receptacle or hypocarp, which is edible. So in the market they used to sell, they used to, because food purpose they are using that orange colored fleshy carp. That is edible, that is fleshy part. Okay, the type of fruit is drupe. That true fruit is drupe. True fruit is drupe, and shape is obliquely ovoid. What Acharya says, that is Dhanur Bijaha. Dhanur Bijaha. That the Bija means we have to consider botanically the fruit. That fruit is obliquely ovoid in shape. I want to show the once again the picture. See, obliquely means like anacardium. Ana means it is broadest at the upper part. When it comes to the base, it is gradually tapering, like heart-shaped, cardiac-shaped, anacardium. That is obliquely ovoid, opposite to ovate. In that also, that shape also you can say. So obliquely ovoid or strong, and the size, the length of the fruit is 2 to 3 centimeter. That true fruit or black colored fruit, which measures about 2 to 3 centimeter in length, and color is green pen raw. That is in immature condition, which is green color, whereas after completely ripening, it becomes black color. Utpatti sthana, habitat. So throughout the hotter parts of India, hotter parts means like the tropical parts of India, or you can say Ushnakati Pradesha. So throughout the India, wherever the rainfall will be less and the temperature will be more. So in that particular part, so throughout the hotter parts of India, or you can say the tropical parts of India, or you can say Ushnakati Pradesha. So there, this plant is naturally available, wildly as well as you can it is cultivated also. Bihar, West Bengal, Orissa, Assam, Karnataka, even the Kerala part also we are getting this plant throughout India, especially in tropical parts of India. Okay, about Utpatti sthana. Next, we'll move to the chemical composition or the phytoconstituents. So the Ballataka phala, it contains around 32% of an irritant oil. So because of this property only, they used to consider under Upavisha that oil contains the Tikshnata. So it contains 32% of an irritant oil, and also anacardic acid, bilovinol, BHILAWANOL, bilovinol, biflavonoids A, B, C, biflavonoids A, B, C, anacardoside, anacardol, semicorpol, anacardol, semicorpol. See, these are the some of the active principles of Ballataka. So it contains around about 32% of an irritant oil. It contains 32% of an irritant oil, anacardic acid, bilovinol, biflavonoids A, B, C, anacardoside, anacardosol, semicorpol. Okay, so these are the some of the active constituents. So next we'll move to the types of Ballataka. According to Sushruta and Nigantu Ratnakara, there are two types. According to Sushruta and Nigantu Ratnakara, there are two types of Ballataka. There is Ballataka and Nadi Ballataka. Ballataka and Nadi Ballataka. Some Nigantus described Kajutaka, or what I have mentioned, Rutta Arushkara. I have shown the picture. Rutta Arushkara. That is Kajutaka. Anacardium occidentale is also they used to consider as a type. Some Nigantus. Kajutaka or Rutta Arushkara. Anacardium occidentale. This also belongs to the Anacardiaceae family. So botanically, other species of Ballataka, the species of Ballataka are Semicarpus parviflora, semicarpus parviflora, semicarpus heterophylla, semicarpus heterophylla, semicarpus pubescens, semicarpus pubescens, semicarpus obscura. So there are so many. The botanical sources are there. Among them, I have selected only the four. The botanical source: Semicarpus parviflora, Semicarpus heterophylla, Semicarpus pubescens, Semicarpus obscura. So these are the some of the other species botanically you can consider. Next, we'll move to the Rasapanchaka. So regarding the Rasapanchaka, there is a difference of opinion among the scholars. Among the Nigantakaras, some scholars say, some Nigantakara says Katurasa or Tiktarasa, Kashayarasa. So the compiled textbooks, the Sangrahakaras, they have says Ballataka is having Madhura, Katu, Tikta, Kashayarasa, except Amla and Lavana. Except Amla and Lavana, it is having 4 rasas. That is Madhura, Katu, Tikta, Kashayarasas. Guna, Lagu, Snigdha, Tikshna, Ushna Guna. So importantly, how to mention Tikshna Guna. Compulsorily how to write, or first we can write Tikshna Guna. So the Guna of Ballataka is having Tikshna, Lagu, Snigdha, Ushna Guna. So Tikshna, because of Balla, Iva, Tikshna, because of its Tikshna Guna. Ata Satatyagamane. So because of its Tikshna Guna only, we used to consider under Upavisha. So Gunas are Ballataka, Lagu, Tikshna, Snigdha, Ushna Guna. Vipaka is Madhura Vipaka. So Vipaka, Madhura Vipaka, and Virya is Ushna Virya. So the Vipaka of Madhura Vipaka will be suppressed by the Tikshna Guna. Even Madhura Rasa, Tikta Rasa, Kashaya Rasa, usually it does Pitta Shamana Karma. Madhura Tikta Kashaya, Pitta Manyatu Kurvanti. So Madhura Tikta Kashaya Rasa does Pitta Shamana Karma, and Madhura Vipaka also does Pitta Shamana Karma. But Tikshna Guna suppresses all these qualities and it does its function. Kinchit Viryena Kurute, Karma Viryena Chaparam, Dravyam Gunena Pakena Prabhavena. So according to that concept, Tikshna Guna will suppress us Madhura Tikta Kashaya Rasha and Madhura Vipaka that does the functions. Okay, and it is having Kapha Vata Shamaka, Vatari. So it is one of the best Vata Shamaka Dravyas. And in the introduction itself, it says that for any Kaphaja Vyadis, you can, any type of Kaphaja Vyadi you can treat by using Ballataka. Okay. Next, we'll move to the Karma and Rogagnata. Karma and Rogagnata, that is, as Acharya Vagbhata, he says, even Shushruta also, that is, Ballataka and Kutaja are best drug or drug of choice to treat the conditions called Arsha. Okay, even Vagbhata specifically says, Ballataka is a Sreshta Shushka Arsha, Shushkarsha Nashaka. You can treat the Shushkarsha by using the Ballataka preparations. So it is having Arshogna Karma, so it can be used in case of Arsha. And also having Kushtagna, as Acharya Charaka mentioned under Kushtagna Mahakashaya, that is Kadira, Abhaya, Amalaka, Haridra, Arushkara. Arushka is the synonym of Ballataka, Arushkara. So it is having Kushtagna. Even in the Sutrasthana 3rd chapter, that is for Bahir Parimarjana Chikitsa, he used to say Aragvadadi Adhyaya. There some of the preparations, some of the lepas he used to mention, that is for external application, that is Kushtagna, that is Kushtanashaka. And it is having Kushtagna Karma, so indicated in case of Kushta, and also it is having Kandugna. See, the Ashodita are when you unknowingly, when it comes in contact with the skin, so there it produces severe itching sensation, that is Kandu it produces. But the Shodhita Ballataka, which is having Kandugna Karma. How see the drugs? Without doing proper Shodhana Karma, if you use it, it produces Kandu. The Shodhita Ballataka, which produces, which is causes Kandugna Karma. Okay, so it is having Kandugna Karma. Shodhita Ballataka, which is having Kandugna Karma. So indicated in case of Kandu. And also it is having Krimigna, that already I mentioned. This is Prakruti Vighatana Karma. As when you take the Mudrasatmaka Dravya, the Krimi's aggravation is going to take place. As which is having Tikshna Guna, which kills or which does the Prakruti Vighatana Karma. So that's why it is mentioned under Krimigna, Krimigna Karma. It is having Krimigna Karma, so indicated in case of Krimi. And it's having Bhedana Karma. That is which does, because of its Tikshna Guna, it does Bhedana. So that's why it is indicated in case of Arbuda. and is having Tvachya, that is indicating case of Tvak Vikara. As Acharya Charaka mentioned, it under Deepaniya Mahakashaya, that is Deepana and Pachana. So indicating case of Agnimandya, Gulma, and Rusha. See, most of the Katrosatmaka Dravyas, Ushnatikshna Guratmaka Dravyas, that is Shukra Nashaka. Shukra Nashaka. But here, it is even though it is having Tikshna Guna, Ushna Virya, they used to consider as Rusha. How it is Rusha? That is Shukra Srava Vruddhikara. There will be abundant quantity of the production of Shukra will be there, but Shukra Srava is not going to be takes place. Even though while doing the intercourse, even for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes, he used to do, but the Shukra Srava is not going to be takes place. The production is there, but it is not, it will not, that is the opposite condition like premature. Without doing any, immediately they used to Shigra Skalana. The Shukra Srava is going to be takes place. But this is opposite condition. So there is a Shukra Srava is not going to be takes place. In such type of conditions, you can use Shukra Srava Vruddhikara. So in that aspect, they used to consider as Rusha. And also it is having Medhya Karma, that is Nadi Balya, where there is a Mastishka Daurbalya is there, Nadi Daurbalya is there. In such type of condition, you can use Ballataka. Next, we'll move to the Amayika Prayoga, therapeutic uses. So as a drug of choice, that is like the Arsha conditions. When if they ask for Amayika Prayoga, write the Amayika Prayoga of Ballataka. First, you have to choose the condition Arsha, because Arsha is the, you can say, it's a drug of choice. So that's why first you have to mention about the Arsha conditions. Okay. So in case of Arsha, the buttermilk or the Thakra processed with Ballataka is very useful in case of Arsha. That the Thakra in the Samhitas, they used to quote as Takram Shakrasya Durlabham. Takram Shakrasya. Shakra means Amruta. So in the gods or Devanu Devate, they used to drink like the Amruta. They used to say the like nectar. There is Amruta for those peoples, but the peoples who are present in this Bhuloka, so those peoples, Takra is like an Amruta, nectar, as Sarve Rupapa Mandagnum. So for all the diseases, Mandagni is one of the causative factor, as the Takra, that is, which increases, which stimulates the Agni. So because of Agni Mandya only, Arsha is going to be formed, as which increases the Agni. So even Ballataka is also having Deepaniya Karma, and Takra is also having Deepana Karma. So by this, it is useful in case of Arsha. Okay. So Takra processed with Ballataka. You can take the Ballataka, the Churna or Ballataka Kalka, you can prepare that Kalka or Churna, you can mix it in the Takra. You can mix it properly, you can churn it, and then you can administer. So definitely it will overcome the condition called Arsha, specifically Shushka Arsha. So we'll get reference in Charaka Chikitsa Asthana 14th chapter. Even in Grahani Adhikara also used to explain Ballataka. So another, the preparation in case of Arsha. So Ballataka is given along with the Thila. Ballataka is given along with the Thila. This is a reference from Runda Madhava. He used to say, even in case of Arsha, you can give Ballataka along with the Thila. In case of Apachi, that is a type of Kushta, the paste prepared, that is the lepa prepared by burning the combination of Sarshapa, Nimbapatra, Ballataka, mixed with Ajamutra and applied over the Apachi conditions. So first you take Sarshapa, Nimbapatra, Ballataka. So these drugs you can mix with you can burn these drugs. When you will get the complete like ash color, you can that mix with the Ajamutra, and that is lepa is applied over the conditions like Apachi conditions. Okay. Then Roma Shatanartha, especially in case of there is unwanted hair growth is there. In such type of conditions, it like maybe over the chest or over the face or any in the hands or the limbs. So anywhere So unwanted hair growth takes place. In such type of conditions, you can use this one, that is Roma Shatanartha. The combination of Ballataka Taila and Snuhi Kshira, it is a very good remedy for to remove the unwanted hairs. Ballataka Taila and Snuhi Kshira. You can mix. Both are having Tikshna Guda. So you have to take carefully, you have to use this drug under the supervision of the physician. So you have to use yourself. You have to use with in front of you only. You can advise the combination of Ballataka Taila and Snuhi Kshira. First you assess the Prakriti, then you can use this drug one. The dose must be less. You start with less quantity, then you can gradually you can increase the dose. Next, in case of Krimi, one has to take Ballataka Taila internally. Ballataka Taila you can use internally along with the Kshira or along with the Madhu. You can use the Ballataka Taila, or you can use in the form of Basti. Along with the Basti Dravya, you can use the Ballataka. And in case of Kushta, person has to take Gruta processed with the Ballataka. So this is mentioned in the Rasayana Adhikara. There are 10 preparations like Ballataka Gruta, Ballataka Kshira, Ballataka Yusha, Ballataka Guda, Ballataka Palala, like the different preparations. There are 10 preparations used to prepare in Rasayana Adhikara. So the person who has to take the Gruta processed with the Ballataka, Amalaki, Haritaki, Nimba, which is very effective or very beneficial in curing all types of skin diseases. And Urustambha. So as you all know, Urustambha is one of the Panchakarma Varjavyadi. So as it is one of the Kapha predominant the diseases, Kapha and Meda Dhatu, Meda Srotas are involved. So in such conditions, Ballataka is having useful in case of Kaphaja Vyadi and Vataja Vyadi. So Ballataka, Pipali Mula are made into paste and administered with the honey. You can use Ballataka, Pipali Mula. All these drugs are having Ushna and Tikshna Gunatmaka Dravyas are there. So when you administer, so it will overcome the conditions called Ballataka. Next, the Prayojya Anga or the useful part. Useful part is Phala, that is the true fruit. Even the false fruit you can use. It is an edible as ahara. Ahara you can use for medicinal purpose. We are using mainly Phala and seed kernel, and even the bark. Matra. So please carefully have to write the matra, as it is one of the Tikshna Gunatmaka Dravya. The Kalka, the seed kernel is 3 to 6 gram. Seed kernel, not the Phala. Seed kernel is 3 to 6 gram. Taila 10 to 20 drops. Taila, this is an adult dose. According to the Vaya, you can fix the dose. Adult dose 10 to 20 drops. Kshirapaka 30 ml, or you can start with the less quantity also. Kshirapaka is 30 ml. So during Kshirapaka, the Tikshnata is going to be reduced. The Vishishta Yoga, Amruta Ballataka Avaleha. Amruta Ballataka Avaleha, Ballataka Gruta, Sanjeevini Vati, Mahaballataka Guda, Kankayana Vati. So Kankayana Vati is one of the preparation which is specifically indicated in case of Shushkarsha. Kankayana Vati, Ballataka Kshirapaka, Ballataka Lavana. So Amruta Ballataka Avaleha, Ballataka Gruta, Sanjeevini Vati, Mahaballataka Guda, Kankayana Vati, Ballataka Kshirapaka, Ballataka Lavana. So in Rasayana Adhikara, so Ballataka is even though it is having Ushna and Tikshna Guna, it is having Rasayana property, Rasayana Guna. Okay, some of the preparations of the Ballataka. So you can say Kankayana Vati. So Kankayana Vati, it contains one of the main ingredient is Ballataka. It is indicated in case of Arsha. So this is Amruta Ballataka Avaleha. Amruta Ballataka Avaleha and Ballataka Vati. Amruta Ballataka Avaleha and Ballataka Vati. So this is also one of the Amruta Ballataka Leha. Amruta Ballataka Leha and Sanjeevini Vati. So we'll get even the ingredients. Shodita Ballataka, Shodita Vatsanabha, Bidanga, Shunti, Pipali, Haritaki, Amalaki, Vacha, and Guduchi. Okay, Sanjeevani Vati, Amrita, Ballataka, Avaleha. Yes. So this is about the normal what we used to say in monographs. So there are some specific the questions. Most of the YOC question and even in the NEET examinations you may get. So these are some of the important points. There is Ballataka Shodhana. So the fruits of Ballataka is cut into small pieces and kept in Istika churna and rubbed with the brick powder. This is the common method. So the completely ripened fruits, you can collect the completely ripened fruit. So actually they used to fall itself. Tammasteke tave bidirbeku. So gaaliinda bidirtakanta the fruits. So you can collect the fruits which have fallen due to wind. So that is completely ripened fruits you can collect. You can remove that that hypocarp or that thalamus part, or you can say the false fruit. You can remove that one, and the true fruit you can collect. Completely ripened true fruit you can collect. You can cut. So ask while doing the shodhana, how to take the precautions. The person who is going to do the shodhana, so he has to apply the coconut oil to the upper limbs. Especially, even you have to cover the whole part. Body should be covered, the whole part. Even if you cover the face also, sometimes it may produce without touch. Just if you see or if you pass that plant, near that plant, it may produce the shofar. Okay, so the person who is going to do the shodhana karma, so he has to take the precautions. He has to apply the coconut oil to his limbs. He can wear the gloves. So after that, you can take the ballataka phala and cut into small pieces. So those cutted pieces you can keep in a istika churna, and so those istika churna you can kept in a bag. You can softly, you can nicely, you can rub it. So when you cut and you can rub with the istika churna, so that istika churna, they used to absorb the snehamsha which is present in the ballataka phala. So when it absorbs the snehamsha, so after that you can take it out and you can wash with the ushna jala. You can wash with the ushna jala. So definitely which reduces the tikshnata. So this is one method. Another method is you can do svedana with narikela jala. You can do the svedana with narikela jala. You can cut into small pieces of ballataka and put in a dola yantra and do the svedana karma. This is one method. There is another method. You can collect the ballataka phala and you can keep in a gomutra for 7 days. You can keep in a gomutra, and so every day gomutra should be changed. After 7th day, you can take it out and wash with jala, and once again you can keep it in a godugdha. So this is also here. You can do the same procedure for 7 days. First 7 days you can with the gomutra. Then second 7 days you can keep it in a godugdha. Then you can take it out, and once again you can wash it with brick powder, and then you can wash it with ushna jala. Then you can use it. So this is different the procedures mentioned in the classical textbook. Even the Rasaushadha textbooks also they have mentioned. Okay, this is the shodhana of ballataka. So these are some of the pictures. So you have to wear the gloves and you have to cut into small pieces. Okay, so this is the picture of shodhana of ballataka. The whole body should be covered. Even if you wear the mask also, it is well and good while doing the shodhana karma. So this is the istika churna. There they used to kept, and you can rub it, then wash it. So this is another procedure, that is in dola yantra shvedana. Okay, then adverse effects of ballataka. So while prescribing any the preparation which contains ballataka, so you have to take precautions in your OPD while prescribing any preparation which are prepared by using ballataka. You have to be careful, because it may produce severe the toxic symptoms also. So before going to take the ballataka preparation, ask the person, ask that patient, apply gruta to the whole oral cavity. The lips or in the oral cavity. The oral cavity will be, Gurutav should be smeared. After that only it should be consumed. Okay. So some of the adverse effects of Ballataka. In higher dose, Ballataka will cause pruritus. That is, severe itching sensation is going to be produced. Rashes. So redness of the skin is going to be takes place. So in higher dose, and Ashodhita Ballataka is also causes this pruritus and rashes. And burning sensation, severe burning sensation. So burning sensation of anal region and tip of the penis. When you administer the Ballataka preparations, when the person he used to consume, so so that was is in higher dose, Ballataka will cause pruritus, rashes, burning sensation of the in anal region and the tip of the penis, and blisters on tongue and throat. There will be blisters on the tongue and throat, and increased thirst